Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the last number 9 with Tommy of the Year. Join us in our celebration as we laugh, look back, and cheer. A lot of 2020 will be recalled upon with an exhausted, defeated tone. A number became an adjective, and we all wore masks outside of our homes. I would not travel back in time to 2020. No, not even once. Anyone who would, my friend, should do so with a cap that's labeled dunce. For if they wish to relive this dreadful year, I'm afraid I am befuddled. Have they spent Earth's rotation around the sun inside a bubble? The gout upon Tom's foot and my hemorrhoid both need inspected. From the plague to the grave, so many people have been infected. Never mind an antidote, most of us aren't even getting tested. I would have to say an offer of another year like this must get rejected. I'd like to go back to Tide Pods. They left a better taste inside our mouths, and Black Friday shopping lines presented a more docile crowd. I liked it better when presidential elections lasted only a day. It wasn't taboo or canceled if I said that something could blow me away. It was turn a phrase, no need to read any further in. There was a time when Epstein's kin believed that they would learn who murdered him. Remember back when the media delivered us the news? Remember when it wasn't just choosing whose lies to listen to? We're so over this year that literally it's stuck beneath our shoes, and isn't it clear that inside of this year and all that we've been through, we need a break from the negative headlines and Karens that we boo. But we're so blessed with a podcast causing laughter with its views. It's without further ado that I bring to you the solution to all your troubles. He may be huge, but he's gotten us through. Yes, it's Tommy Double. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, Pat. We had a little bit of a snag there in the beginning.
We sure did.
It's all right, though. It's my fault. My fault.
The problem's always okay as long as it's your fault, because I don't get bothered.
Yeah.
If it's my fault, then I got to deal with you.
Pat, I want to try something new, right? Because the people watching at home can't see your face because where you put the mic.
Yeah, I'm Wilson.
Yeah. I want to see if we just move
on the upside. Oh.
So why don't you talk into the mic and see if everybody can hear you? Don't be an asshole. You know they'd be able to hear you say something.
Okay.
It looks like it works just fine. So why don't we keep it there? Then they can see your beautiful face and your red hair.
Well, I was actually just going to comment. I didn't have a hat in my truck. I switched cars to come here, and I didn't have a hat. So now my ridiculous amount of male pattern baldness is coming right through for this podcast today.
It's funny because I usually get made fun of because of my hair.
That's because I'm smart enough to wear a hat.
Yeah. Even though in the picture I'm wearing a hat and you're not.
Oh, yeah.
For our Bitmojis.
Why does your Bitmoji have a hat on? You never wear hats.
I used to wear a hat a lot when I was younger.
Okay, I'm going to put a hat on my Bitmoji. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
Until you just mentioned it.
Yeah, mine's on backwards on the hat.
That's straight gangster.
Yeah, it's because I'm a G, bro. Anyway, here we are. New Year's Eve, if you will. That's what it is. That's what today is. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve when the podcast comes out, but today's New Year's Eve.
It is the eve of the eve.
Yeah, we're ready to move on, move forward, onward and upward.
Thank fucking Christ this year's over.
Yeah, I guess. We got...
I'm not sure what Erica said was very clear. I feel...
You on the mic.
Oh.
But then Phobic said, oof, yeah. Put the mic back.
Yeah. Phobic, that's not very nice, man. What's worse, my face or my hairline, Phobic? Let's be honest.
I'm pretty pumped that Phobic's back in the chat. He took some time off. He was on a little vacay. So okay. He's back with us. He's back with us.
Hey, you know what part of the story I didn't tell you the other day? And we can call this the blast from the last cast because I didn't mention it. And it was the whole point of me telling you the story. And I fucking forgot. And then I drove home, and on my way home, I was like, oh my God, what a fucking letdown that was. Remember I explained to you that I had sex with Emily, and like 10 minutes later while I was shitting.
Yeah, you puked and shit.
Yeah.
We can't talk about that. Andy, the driver, told me he shut the podcast off because of your story again.
What was wrong with my story?
He doesn't want to hear about you throwing up or shitting or puking.
Beside the point. We're not going any further into detail about that. Did I tell you what I said to her?
Yes.
On the podcast?
I don't think you did it on the podcast, no.
That's what got me. I was like, man, that's the best part of the story.
Yeah.
So I'm double ending here, right? I've got the bucket and the toilet, and I'm going to town. And I hear this like sweet little rap at the door. That's an alarm. That doesn't count. But you've met Emily. She's soft spoken. She's very sweet. So there's this little teeny tiny tap at the door, like a little mouse is checking on me. And I'm like, what? And she's like, hey, sweetheart, is everything okay? And I'm like, you have to understand how disgusting it is to have sex with you. And just go right back to puking.
You're fucking horrible, dude.
I just like, you know how much focus it takes to be in that state and still pick on somebody?
You're fucked up, man.
I am a schoolyard bully. I am the
if she
prince
kills
of
herself,
the playground.
If she kills herself, I want you to know it's totally your fault for saying that.
She's still talking about it today. Now we are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 4 days removed from this instance.
Yeah, you scarred her.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens next time we go to have sex, because I got a good feeling.
She's going to say no?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be
I can't wait to bring it up tomorrow night when you guys come over for New Year's Eve.
I can't wait either. That's going to be great.
All right, so speaking of like phobics back in, we got an email from a long-time listener that hadn't been calling or talking to us in a while.
Dip Dizzy Whizzle, back in the motherfucking mailbox.
So let's get the mail time.
This end of year podcast is really bringing everything full circle, huh?
Yeah. So here we go. Let's do some mail time.
Where are Mason and Carissa?
I don't know. Talk to them. See where they're at.
I fucking paused because I was like, wait, do we use their names?
Yeah, they're live in the chat. How's the chat doing? How's everybody doing? How many people we got in there? Like 3 or 4?
Where y'all motherfuckers be at?
We got solid 5. Where do you all motherfuckers be at?
What's POE?
Point of interest? No, that'd be POI. Oh, he's playing Path of Exile.
What's 6? What'd you ask him?
How many people we have watching?
Gotcha. Carissa's getting on now. Mason's on his way home.
Erica's in the living room. We knew that.
Nice.
I reset the tip goals, guys, because we hit our tip goal within time. But for some reason, they didn't reset. So.
Hey, sorry, I remembered earlier. I'm just saying, if you remembered earlier, you would have been on. It sounds like you forgot later.
Chris, I want you to notice that as soon as you said hi, it told you to tip us. So the link's right there for you to do that.
And we did not plant keyword indicators to make these things pop up.
No, not at all.
That's not a thing. Must have been my $1 that caused you to reach the goal.
Absolutely.
Erica, that's exactly what it was. You got the ball rolling.
Yeah, that's what did it. That was the first one, and then we just got flooded. All right.
That's right. There is no flood without a raindrop.
Facts. All right. You ready to do this?
I mean, is that true? Could you just have a tidal wave? You know what? Forget my euphemism. What's up, bro?
Tsunami.
What about it?
Well, you said tidal wave, and I was thinking tsunami. That's really what a tidal wave is.
Is there a difference?
I don't know. Hit the Google machine. Doesn't really matter, Pat. We're going to do mail time. All right, Pat, we got one piece of mail. It's from the one and only Dip Dizzy. It's been a little while since... Actually, we did get 2 things of mail. I'm going to show something that Erica sent into the email. But I want to read Dip Dizzy's email because I'm really glad that he reached back out. It's been a while. And apparently it was my fault he wasn't reaching out. So he replied to the weekly question. So he started out like this. Only replying to this email out of pure laziness. Anyways, I figured it would take Thom out of email response jail. Thanks, man. I have a great movie review. So he messed up the name of this and sent me another email later and fixed it. It's called Hunter Hunter. It will cost you $5.99, but worth it. All three of you, Pat Thom and his attitude, non-reading, vagina-wishing fuckboy. I think that was directed towards me.
I assume you are correct.
That's not very nice, Don. But either way, I appreciate it. Moving on to other topics. Pat, great job on the podcast. Things have been really evolving. I like the structured format. Keep up the great work. All the hard work you have been putting in is starting to show and pay off. Yep, Pat puts in tons of hard work on this. He's the one who put in the triggers for the chat. I will win one of these best emails ever. Only rule is Thom will have to read it. Wait for the next response. Dip Dizzy.
You know, when I read that, I didn't notice that he called you Thom every time. That's fucking hilarious. It gets me every time. I don't know how it's like natural for me to just read it that way now.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
It's funny. Good job, Don. I appreciate the email. The grammar was on point. I appreciate it.
Bro, in your little best of videos that you make for the Facebook, you should do, when we have enough, outtakes with Thommy.
Oh, okay. I'm done.
We did get another email. I don't know if you didn't see Mr. Carpetman74.
When did that come in?
That came in at 7:25 p.m. He really pushed it.
Why don't you go ahead and read that one, Pat?
It says, there's actually two things. One says, forgot answer. I'm not sure what that is. But then the second thing says, New Year resolution, drink more beer.
That sounds about right.
So
that sounds about right for
nice,
Mr. Carpet Man. Fucking guy.
Carpet Man, the wife and kid on tonight, or are you flying solo? Which I assume you've been doing for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah, since you were on the show last Wednesday. All right, so then Erica sent in this meme that's been going all over the internet. It's a picture of what you could say is a mom, right, with a chalkboard in front of her, or not a chalkboard.
Oh, I disagree. I think that is a millennial.
Okay.
I don't know if we're still insulting millennials at this point.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
This meme? So it says, mom should get a fast pass to the front of the line at coffee shops. Honey, you're 22 and slept 10 hours last night. Get to the back of the line. So I would say that this is a mom with that sign. And then on the side of it, it says, fixed it. Mom should wait in a line like everybody else. You're not special because you let somebody come inside you. Pretty funny.
Which proves that Tom is also not special. Get it?
Because I let someone come inside me?
Right. Classic.
That's usually, it's a homosexual joke.
Correct.
Real nice. All right, so those are our 2 pieces of mail. I want to remind everybody, we sent out the weekly email. I sent it out late on Monday. The question was based off of Sunday's episode when I was telling Pat that I had to go to the doctor and there was something
classic
wrong with me, and we forgot to get back to it on the podcast. So I want to hear what everybody thought might be wrong with me. That was rough news for everybody. So emailing those questions or answers, we'll read them on the podcast on Sunday, and I will in fact reveal what's wrong with me.
Hey, Tom, I just want to say thank you for this baby blue number 9 with Tommy iPhone 8 phone case.
8. Yeah.
It actually,
you know where I got
it helps when I get a text on the podcast to project the sound into the microphone.
Yeah.
It comes through with clarity.
Like what just happened. Pat, can I borrow your phone so I can show the people watching at home?
Yes.
So I got this right off our merch store, guys. It looks pretty good. That's the black one there. You can get them in all sorts of different colors. iPhone 8s, 11s,
That is
10s.
obviously not the black one.
Yeah. I said black one?
You sure did.
This is the blue one. You can get them in all sorts of colors like black and charcoal and stuff like that. Pretty cheap too. I think they're $19.99. Pretty common price for a cell phone cover. So you can go to our website to find that merch store, number9podcast.com. And there's a link there to go to the merch store. We have hoodies on there, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. We're going to be adding. We're making some real progress on our on what's going to be our new design, our new logo, like an actual legit logo instead of the Bitmoji thing that we've been doing. But we'll always keep the Bitmoji stuff around because that's throwback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, go to the website, check it out. You can also subscribe to the email list on there. I think we're up to 25 emails now, Pat.
Nice.
So you can subscribe at the bottom of the homepage. There's a little subscribe button. It'll send you a link. You have to activate the link, and then you're on the list, and you get the email every week when we send it out. You can also make a donation on the bottom of any page on the website, number9podcast.com. If you're in the chat right now, the link is scrolling through, both links, the one for the tip and the one for the merch store. And make sure you're following us. Facebook, YouTube.
Chris has said colors are hard. It's okay, Tom.
Real nice. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all the same. Number 9 with Tommy Podcast. If you're Twitter people like us, at number 9 pod. Pat, anything you want to add?
No, that about sums it up. Did we talk about the fact that the brand logo has arrived? We have options. We're working out the final details.
Yeah.
You mentioned that.
I said we're getting closer.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
we're probably 2-3 weeks away.
We're on the cusp, like we're 45 minutes into an edging video.
We've only been working on this for like 3 months. So
it's more like a month
and a half.
But it has been a while. There's good shit coming.
Yeah. Pat, how many subscribers are we up to on Instagram?
You would make me get out of what I'm in.
I'm just curious because on Sunday we were at 92.
Still at 92.
All right. If you're not following us on Instagram, make sure you're getting there. Once we hit 100, we're gonna do something. We don't know exactly what it is yet. It's gonna be weather dependent, stuff like that. But Pat's gonna get fucked up. I guarantee it.
Hey, Tom, before we move on with the mail, technically this is in my
inbox. Of the mail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically this is in my inbox on Facebook, so it's kind of mail.
It's your personal inbox?
Yeah. Are you a big Krispy Kreme guy?
No, never have been.
You prefer Dunkin' to Krispy Kreme?
I'm not a big donut guy. Honestly, if I'm going to eat donuts, I'm going to Neil's Donuts in Wallingford.
Okay, so you want like top shelf gourmet donuts.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, have you ever microwaved a donut for a couple seconds to get it? Okay. One, you should absolutely throw a donut in the fucking microwave for 10, 15 seconds. Every time. Not just like a specific brand. They're all better hot. But two, Krispy Kreme donuts sometimes are served fresh if you get them at the restaurant. You can get
them at Mohegan like that.
Yeah, fucking amazing. I say this because Walmart now carries Krispy Kreme donut bites. They're like little donut holes. And I cannot fucking wait to, I'm going to Amazon some of these bitches to my house. I'm going to microwave them and have little.
You sure they're not only Walmart specific?
You don't think anything at Walmart I could get on fucking Amazon?
I don't know. Some things are exclusive to Walmart, like the...
Hold on, I'm driving to the zone.
Garth Brooks CDs, you can only buy them at Walmart.
You also can't get them on fucking Spotify.
Yeah, it's exclusive with Walmart.
That's so frustrating. I'm a big Garth Brooks fan.
Great guy. How about Chris Gaines? You like Chris Gaines?
He was a little fat. Have you ever seen the Saturday Night Live where Garth Brooks is hosting and Chris Gaines is the musical guest?
I love it. That's awesome. That's funny shit.
He sees Tim Meadows in the back room, and he's Garth. He's like, "Hey Tim, how you been, man?" He's like, "I'm great, man. I'm so excited for you to be here." He's like, "What about Chris?" And he's like, "I gotta tell you, he's put on some weight." And Garth's like, well, "I thought he looked pretty good." And he was like, "No, I remember him being a lot thinner." And it's a great sketch. It's right at the beginning.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Is that it for mail time?
That's it for mail time.
All right. Moving forward.
Oh, good news.
You can get them
You can get Krispy Kreme bites, 5 packs. There's 20 holes for 5 packs in the box. You can get Krispy Kreme jumbo glazed honey buns. You can get Krispy Kreme mini pies. There is oh my God.
You are so fucking fat.
You know how much a 12-pack of donuts from Krispy Kreme is online?
Oh.
$36.99.
That sounds about right.
There's a lot of... Oh my God, they have Krispy Kreme Jelly Bellies. This is like a whole new world for me. I'm so excited.
Can we get back to the show?
Are we not doing the show?
We're not recording for the podcast.
All right. Oh my God, I have honey buns. Oh my God.
I hope everybody watching at home realizes how fat Pat is. And it's amazing that I look the way I look and I'm nowhere near as fat. This is a guy who says he doesn't like sweets.
I don't like sweets.
You're over here drooling about jelly beans and donuts and honey.
Plain. Like just glaze.
That's a sweet.
Yeah, but I'm not like I don't want like cream filled. I don't want like
Because I'm telling you right now, a
frosting
chocolate
shit.
cream donut
Gross.
from Neil's is the shit, dude. Anyway. All right.
Are we going to some funny New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, right here. All right, so we got some New Year's funny resolutions that we're going to go through. We got an article here.
Tom, we're going to skip some because, well, not all of them are very funny.
Okay.
So we're starting at number 3 on your list there.
Looks like these are a lot of tweets.
They might all be tweets. I don't know. I didn't even catch on to that.
The first one comes from @FireLakeDJ. Never again will I take sleeping pills and laxatives on the same night. # New Year's resolution I will keep.
Classic.
That's fucking funny. I don't give a fuck who you are.
So that was actually 3rd. So I'm going to give you the right number so you know where I'm at. Number 5 is, oddly, it says New Year's resolution number 17. I'm going to become as fat as I was the very first time that I ever thought I was fat. And I got to tell you, as a big guy, that is totally relatable. I get it. Like, you remember the first time you're like, man, I'm starting to get big. And now I sit and I'm like, man, I wish I was that small.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was fat in high school. I wish I weighed what I weighed in high school, you know what I mean? Wasn't that bad?
Number 7 is, my New Year's resolution is to overcome my OCD. My New Year's resolution is to overcome my OCD. My New Year's resolution is to overcome my OCD. Which is, that's pretty fucking well played.
Haha.
Oh, you don't like that one?
No.
Okay.
I need that cricket noise.
Why don't you read us number 9?
Number 9 with Tommy. My New Year's resolution is to be more assertive, if that's okay with you guys. That's from Megan K. Comedy.
Number 10, my New Year's resolution is to exercise more. However, if you take things out of parentheses, it is, my New Year's resolution is to exercise my right to eat more tacos.
That's funny. I like tacos. All right. What's the next one, Pat?
I'm searching for the next good one.
Oh, that's good.
Number 13, my New Year's resolution is to never accidentally walk in on my dad cleaning the shower naked ever again.
That's fucking gross.
It's pretty gross. Tom, if you want to hit 14.
I will giggle while shitting into my own hand.
I'm going to need you to read that again.
Oh.
What's amazing is that's actually funnier than the actual resolution.
I will not giggle while shitting into my own hand. New Year's Eve resolution I've broken already. Wow.
That's different.
That's funny. Oh, man. These are all from fucking Twitter. You realize that, right?
I do now.
Okay.
Number 21, my New Year's resolution is to love myself like Kanye loves himself and believe in myself like Kanye believes in himself. You're going to want to go number 22.
In December 2015, I felt calm like Buddha. In December 2016, I have the same BMI as Buddha. New Year's resolution. That's fucking funny.
Number 24, I'd like to make a handful of people believe that I'm normal before blindsiding them with my actual personality. Story of my life.
New Year's resolution. This year, I'm going to incorporate I don't roll that way into at least one conversation a week.
Oh, there's fucking ads.
Yeah. What else we got, Pat?
I'm looking.
Yeah, Dip, he really put in the work.
Oh, you know what? I did see one. It wasn't on this list. but I saw my New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating, but I think I'm going to wait till next year to do it. And I thought that was just the fucking greatest resolution I'd ever seen. See, the problem is there's so many corny ones. Like, did you see the one that said my New Year's resolution is to not go to the gym on the days that end with Y?
That was mine for this year.
Yeah, but like somebody took their time to tweet that out. Like, oh my god, that's so creative. Yeah, fucking assholes.
I like this one, Pat. My New Year's resolution is to spend less time interacting with people and more time with my phone. Doing pretty well so far.
Mm-hmm. Number 36 is my New Year's resolution is to remember to take my meds. Oh, look, a purple dragon.
Nice. Let's see. These are kind of old too, and they're from a couple of years ago. All right. So those are some funny.
Yeah, we've exhausted the decent ones.
Yeah, that was a rough article.
You're all welcome that we skipped so many shitty ones.
Yeah, if you're listening to the podcast, you're lucky I stopped recording for a little while.
Why'd you stop recording for a little while?
There's a lot of dead space, Pat. A lot of dead space while we were reading through this. Yeah, I mean,
couldn't you have just taken out the dead space?
That's a lot of work.
He says, after exclaiming about how hard he works on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, work smarter, not harder. If I could just hit the stop button and then start recording when it's time, when we start talking.
You know, I just realized that I do, and I never knew that I did it before. I bet you already know. I look at the microphone when I'm talking to it. Like if I'm talking about you, I look at the microphone as if we're having a conversation.
You put that mic back in front of your face.
Probably just a natural reflex. There you go.
Let me help you out with that, Pat. So you want to get into some football, Pat?
Tim, you in? Let's do this.
Hey, did you see what happened Monday morning, Pat?
A lot happened Monday morning. You're going to have to be more specific.
Did you see that Dwayne Haskins got put on waivers?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have seen that coming.
He sucks. And now my poor Redskins have to win this week, or the Giants and Dallas. Well, no. If Dallas wins, they're in. Unless Washington wins, then they're in. The Giants, I don't think you can make it, and neither can the Eagles. I think there's some weird way that the Giants can make it in, but I don't know. But anyway, we'll go over last week's scores. We will talk a little bit about the Raiders game. I think we talked about it a little bit on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I talked about it a lot with Tim, my brother, and yeah, sucks. So anyway, we started out on Friday night with the Vikings at the Saints. The Saints absolutely destroyed them, 52-33. Did you see that? Alvin Kamara had 6 rushing TDs.
We talked about it. Yeah, pretty fucking impressive, man.
Yeah, most in NFL history in a game.
If he had 6 yards rushing, because every one of those was a goal line play from the 1 yard line, that would still be an incredibly impressive day.
Oh, absolutely.
Just getting into the end zone 6 times is remarkable.
Yeah.
The fact that he probably put in a shitload more work than that, though, is ridiculous.
He only had like 150 yards rushing.
Only.
But for a team to get in the end zone 6 times on a Sunday is rough. Never mind a single player. And they scored 52 points. And like Phobic said, he should have had 7. So, pretty impressive stuff. We had the Bucks at the Lions. That wasn't even worth watching. Bucks destroyed them. 47-7, and the Bucks clinched the playoff berth for the first time since 2017. Brady's going to the Super Bowl. 49ers at the Cardinals. My boys sneaked one out.
If you'll recall, I said, I want to pick the 49ers, but I'm not going to because you.
Yeah,
and
I did not pick.
Won.
Yeah, I did not pick the 49ers either. But I'm glad they did. My boy Wilson Jr., career high 204 scrimmage yards. Pretty good. So this Dolphins-Raiders game, man, this was a heartbreak for the Raiders. So I don't know. You didn't watch any of this, right?
No. What day was it on?
Saturday night.
No, I watched the game before it Saturday night.
Okay, so that was the 49ers Cardinals game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it was on Prime, and only on Prime. You couldn't even watch it on the NFL Network. It was only on Prime.
I was at Emily's brother's house.
Yeah, but it was only on Prime. So, like, I couldn't even watch it when I was at the casino.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it on any of the TVs.
Okay.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. Most Raider ending in history. Yeah.
I think that's supposed to say worst Raider ending. Oh.
No.
Nope, he's using Raider as an adjective. Got it. That's pretty well played, phobic squirrel. Well played.
So 26-25. So this is how it ends, right? So Erica and I, like everybody knows, I've already said it a million times, we were at the casino. We were spending the night. So I'm watching the game up in the room. And actually I was watching the Goonies. Right? And when the Goonies was over, I turned on the game. And Carissa, calm down. Nobody
Mason's not here. Carissa is stepping right the fuck in. Are you gonna say fins up?
Fins up. So the Raiders had the ball. So the Raiders had the ball, and I'm walking down into the lobby of the casino, and there's a TV at a bar, and I see it, and the Raiders have the ball. There's 2 minutes left. They're at the goal line. Running back takes the ball, runs in, and he stops himself. Now, he had a touchdown. No doubt about it. He was going to score a touchdown there.
Right.
I understand what he did. He stopped to run out the clock and kick the field goal to go up by 2.
We see bad decisions like this fairly frequently.
No, who knows?
We
For
watched
all we know.
Brady forget what down it was earlier this season. These things happen.
Well, and for all I know, the coach, Gruden, told him to do that.
Absolutely.
Don't score that touchdown, we're going to run out the clock, and they're going to have 20 seconds left after we kick this field goal.
This is a case of somebody mistakenly being overconfident in their offensive line and underconfident in their defense as a whole.
Yeah. Well, no, overconfident in their defense and underconfident in their offensive line.
No.
Yeah, because
they
told them
they didn't want their defense on the field, so they were running out the clock while their offense was on the field. They were overconfident in the offensive line, thinking he can take a dive on this one, and we'll just get him in the next play.
After that, they didn't even try to score a touchdown. They need it. They need it all the way down to 20 seconds, kick the field goal, right? They didn't even try to run it into the end zone after that.
Okay.
So they kick the field goal, they go up by 2. Yeah, see, like Tim said, on third down they kneeled as well. That was a big mistake.
Yeah.
To run out the clock. So, and I understand what they were doing. So they kicked so there's 20 seconds left in this game. This game's fucking over.
Right.
You know what I mean? I walk away. Get 2, maybe 5 minutes later, my phone goes off. Dolphins win 26-25. I'm like, how the fuck did they get down and score this and get in place to kick a field goal?
Yeah.
Remember we watched the video.
Oh, we sure did.
Yeah, of that. So Fitzpatrick gets fucking face masked like a crazy person and throws the ball and somehow makes the completion plus gets the 15 yards and puts him in field goal range to kick the field goal. So, like Tim said, now, mind you, they kicked instead of doing that, right? And they scored a touchdown and go, so they were down by a point. So they go up by 2. They scored a touchdown and go for 8. Now they're up by 7 if they get to 2 points. If they don't, they're still up by 6. And you're forcing Miami to score a touchdown instead of kick a field goal.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it was just overall bad coaching, maybe bad. I don't know. Just fucking bad. Poor bastards. Anyway, Broncos at the Chargers. Chargers won that one. That was a shootout, too. I don't know if you watched any of that, Pat. That was a shootout till the end. Chargers squeaked it out 19-16. Browns at the Jets. Another fucking upset, man. But I did find out that all the receivers for the Browns were on the COVID list this week.
Like literally?
Yeah. They all got, 4 receivers on the Browns got COVID.
That's brutal.
So that kind of explains that one. 23-16 the Jets. Ravens stomped down the Giants 27-13. Bengals at the Texans 37-31 Bengals. That's an upset too. Like that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, the Bengals have decided they're going to start playing decent football again, which is like a day late and a dollar short here.
Did you see J.J. Watt's thing after the game?
No.
He went on a big tirade about if you're on this team and you're not playing to win, then you shouldn't be on the team. Like, it doesn't matter what our record is. We should be playing to win every single game because there's fans that rely on us to do that, and we get paid to play a game.
I would guess that there was also, I would have to assume that something was audibly said and that J.J. Watt overheard.
Yeah, that led to that conversation.
Yeah, because I
But
can't
he
see
said
him publicly attacking his team. He's been basically your fucking all-American boy next door his entire career. He is a role model. He's,
Well, and I
contributes.
think what he did was a role model move by saying, no, like, we're here to play a game.
Yeah, I don't like that he did it publicly, but yes.
Well, and all I know, maybe a reporter asked him a question. Like, I
Could
don't
be,
know.
and it could be very shoeless Joe of him to say, while the rest of the Sox are throwing the series here, I'm playing my best football.
Yeah. But anyway, Bears at the Jaguars. Bears crushed them 41-17. Falcons at the Chiefs. Chiefs just squeaked that one out, man.
The Chiefs have a knack for barely winning games from time to time. That seems to, they kind of play to their competition.
I think it's going to catch up to them when they play.
I think it's
in the
going to
playoffs.
catch up to them in the postseason, absolutely.
Yeah. But who knows? They got cheat code on their team, so.
It's true.
Colts at the Steelers. This was a fucking phenomenal game.
I'm so happy this went this way.
Big Ben came back and, because they were down, 3-24 or something like that. They were down big in the first half.
And this was the one we really debated, making picks.
Yeah. But they came back and this Big Ben came back and won it. They won the AFC North. So, we already knew that they were going to be in the playoffs. Panthers at the football team. That was an upset. Dwayne Haskins sucks. I'm so happy he's on waivers. Panthers won that 120-13. Rams at the Seahawks. Wasn't even a football game. Seahawks crushed them 20-9. Eagles at the Cowboys. The Eagles are so bad at football. They were so that was the Sunday. It was a later game, the 4:00 game.
Yeah.
And I was down here playing with Mason and stuff on the computer, and I went upstairs right before, the game had started. It was 5 o'clock. So I'm upstairs. I ate dinner. I fell asleep on the couch at halftime. The Eagles were winning that game, 14-3.
Yeah.
Or something, right? I wake up. The Cowboys are up 21-17.
Yep.
And then that was that. So, Cowboys still have a chance to make the playoffs. I think if they win and Washington loses, Cowboys make it, and vice versa. If Washington wins, Cowboys lose. I believe the tiebreaker may go to Washington. I'm not positive. I'd have to look at it. It's actually whoever's in first place. That's who has the tiebreaker. But regardless, Titans at the Packers. Packers won that one handedly. The Titans look like dog shit. 14-40. And then the Bills destroyed the Patriots 38-9. I didn't even watch that game. It wasn't even worth watching. So yeah, that was last week. We'll run through this week real quick. This is the last week. This is a tricky week in football, right? Because especially since there's no second bye this year, or only the number one team gets a bye, right? So it's a little bit trickier to pick teams. Are they going to start resting their players now because they're not going to get a bye and they got to play next week?
Listen, if you are locked in to the playoffs, sans the buys, if you're a wild card team, if you're going to be wild card, if you're not going to be in first place, I think it's your obligation to rest your starters. Why would you risk injuring somebody at that point, it's statistics.
Well, but at the same time, there's so many different variables, right? Because you can go from a 5th place wild card now to a 7th place wild card. And if you're a 7th place, you're playing the number 2 seed.
With a team that's well rested.
Yep. Or you're playing as a 5 seed, playing the number 4 seed, who the number 4 seed, if you're in the NFC, is going to be Washington or Dallas. That's like a bye week.
I don't know, man.
I'm with I understand what you're saying. But then again, you've seen teams implode with that bye week too. You know what I mean? Sometimes the bye helps you and sometimes it doesn't. So All right, so starting at the top, I'm gonna do it off my phone because I don't want to forget to make my picks, even though I can't win anything now. We got the Falcons at the Bucks, so the Bucks are in. I'm gonna pick the Bucks just because. Why wouldn't you? But the Falcons are sneaky good sometimes.
I took the Bucks.
Ravens at the Bengals. I'm gonna take the Ravens.
I took the Ravens
because I don't think the Ravens are in. I think the Ravens, like, there's some tiebreak. The AFC is stacked. I would be really surprised if an NFC team wins the Super Bowl this year, unless it's the Washington Redskins. We got the Cowboys at the Giants. Now I'm gonna call an upset here because that's the Cowboys' luck, right?
Well, what's the upset?
The upset.
One's 6-9, one's 5-10.
But the upset here is that the Giants beat the Cowboys, and the Cowboys don't make the playoffs because of it.
Okay. The line on the game is 2.5. It's not much of an upset. I mean, that game's a toss-up.
Oh, it's a toss-up. It's an interdivision game. Yeah. But I'm saying the upset is going to be the Cowboys not making the playoffs.
Okay.
Because they get beat in Week 17. Bills at Miami. Again, I think Miami has to win to make the playoffs.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't get my pick. I'm going to say the opposite. I think the Cowboys make the playoffs and stick with history where they get knocked out in the wild card or the first round. So.
Okay.
Why fuck up a good thing, Tom?
I'm going to pick the Dolphins on this one because I think the Bills are going to rest players because they're potentially going to be. I mean, this Bills-Dolphins game could very well be next week's game as well for the playoffs. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins on that one. I think the Bills are going to rest some players.
I took the Bills.
Well, I ain't got nothing to lose. So
I got to tell you, I was looking at the numbers, even though you missed that week. You had a pretty poor week, either the week before or the week after. I can't remember which one.
Last week, yeah. Like, I would have felt
if you had taken 9 or 10 the week that you missed,
I'd still be down there.
Yeah, you'd still be getting lumped up at this point.
Yeah, but I'd still have a chance to make it back to the top 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At this point, like, I have none whatsoever. Anyway, we got Vikings at the Lions. I'm gonna go with the.
I took the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Vikings. Jets at the Patriots. I kind of want to take the Jets. They're on a roll here. They can't get the number 1 seed or number 1 draft pick already. Jags have that locked up. So let's end the year on a high note for the Jets. I'm gonna go Jets. Browns at the Steelers.
Patriots.
Browns at the Steelers. The Steelers made it into the playoffs. The Browns are fighting to get in. That's part of that 3-way tie going on for the last wild card spot with them, Miami, and the Ravens. I'm going to go with the Browns. I really hope the Browns make the playoffs. I think that'd be good for football.
I took the Browns, and I would be very cautious to any Browns opponent. If the Browns beat the Steelers, it is the beginning of an awesome Cinderella story.
Yeah, I hope they come back and win the Super Bowl.
I mean, we see Cinderella stories. We make movies about Cinderella stories. Everybody gets behind a Cinderella story. This could be the dawning of a Cinderella story for the Browns.
You know what else I saw today, Pat?
What's that?
Johnny Manziel's coming back to football.
All right.
Yeah, coming back to USA football, NFL.
Okay.
Because he went up to the Canadian League there for a little while. We got the Rams at the Cardinals.
I'm going
Rams.
The Rams have been playing so poorly. I'm going Cardinals.
We got Green Bay at the Bears. I'm going to go Green Bay. Even though Green Bay's already in the playoffs. I think they're still battling for the number 1 seed, though. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, the NFC is so bad. And I don't want to say bad, right? Like, the good teams are good, but the wild card teams are trash. Yeah, they're fighting for home field. For number 2, right? Did the Saints lock it up, Tim? I don't know. We got the Colts at the Jags. Again, this is another one of those teams that's fighting to get into the playoffs. I'm going to go with the Colts.
I agree.
Kansas City at the Chargers. I'm going to go with Kansas City.
I agree.
They have no reason to rest any players. They get the bye week. Raiders at the Broncos. This is a hard game. This is interdivision.
Hold on. I'd like to point out, one, the fact that they have the bye week. I still think you rest your players, not for the sake of rest, but for the sake of preventing injury.
Yeah, I'm with you on
But
that.
2, with the system that the Chiefs are playing with. I'm sorry, the Kansas City football team. Chiefs is offensive. With the system that they're using in Arrowhead Stadium. I'm sorry, Arrowhead Stadium is offensive. Triangular dome. I think that the Chiefs' second.
You know that they don't play in a dome, right?
I didn't want to say stadium again, so I just said dome. Field. There you go. Triangular field. I think that the Chiefs' backup squad beats the Chargers 9 times out of 10. I'm not being insulting to the Chargers. That is, I'm being complimentary to the Chiefs. They have a system that's working.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Chargers often their quarterback there that they drafted last year is pretty good.
Remember that the Chiefs B squad scrimmages every other day with the Chiefs A squad. I mean, those guys got to be pretty fucking good.
Yeah, maybe. Raiders at the Broncos. I'm gonna go with the Raiders just because. I mean, let's hope they redeem themselves after last week.
I'm with you.
Saints at the Panthers. Saints. I'm gonna go with the Saints because the Saints have to win that one. If they win and Green Bay loses, then Green Bay has number 1 seed because they I think they have the tiebreaker on the Saints because they beat them earlier in the season.
What phobic squirrels they know about?
If they had number 1 locked up, they have. But no. See, this is it. The Seahawks at the Niners. I think Seahawks are going to win that one, and potentially if Green Bay loses, then Seahawks get number 1 seed. Titans at the Texans. I'm going to go with Titans.
Me too.
In the last game. Now this is the game.
This is another potential upset.
There's no way the Eagles are going to beat the Washington
in the
football
way
team.
You're talking about.
Yeah.
That's actually even a smaller spread. The Giants had a 2.5 point disadvantage in the spread. The Eagles have a 1.5 point disadvantage. So the bookies are more confident in the Eagles than they are in the Giants.
They're both at home, though. I mean, that's a 3-point. That's supposed to be a 3-point favorite for you if you're home.
Yeah.
That's how they started.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm going with the Washington football team. I think the Eagles are absolute trash. I'm going to go with the final score of this game being 12 points.
I'm going to stick with my logic. I think the Cowboys are going to take the Giants. I think the football team is going to take the Eagles.
Yeah, the football team wins. They're in.
I'm going to go with a total of 33.
I did 36.
That is pretty close to my total.
It does. Well, I hope I win this week. We picked a lot of the same. Well, no, we had a couple of mismatches there because I went for some of the underdogs. So there you go. There's our picks. I'm fucking amped to get into the playoffs next week.
It's a good time of year. I fucking love football. I haven't been watching.
I really
as
do.
much as I'd like to.
I'm a little upset that we only have like 5 weeks left of football.
Yeah. That's 5 weeks of Madden. Speaking of, I got knocked out in the divisional round, so I almost made the Super Bowl. In my franchise. It's almost over. I'll stop playing when the Super Bowl's over.
I'm sorry to hear that, Pat.
I made it 2 games further.
2 games further would have been over. All right. So that's it for football. We have a drunk driving article, apparently.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's me. When I think of New Year's, the first thing I think of is drunk driving. Every time.
Yeah, which is funny. I mean, you know what's always amazed me, Pat? That the number 1 drinking day of the year is the night before Thanksgiving. And I don't know if that's because people are gearing up for a 4-day weekend usually. But that's.
Do you mean alcohol sales?
No, bars.
Really?
The most drinking at bars is the night before Thanksgiving.
That is weird.
Yeah, I never understood that. But I'm telling you right now.
There are a handful of dates I would pick, like July 4th, Memorial Day, New Year's.
For bars, though, I mean, Memorial Day, those are all picnics at houses, not really bars.
Yeah, but what about outdoor bars? You know what I mean? On Thanksgiving Eve, we're not going to a fucking outdoor bar in Connecticut.
We're going to an indoor bar.
Usually people come home from college and meet their friends. Man, Erica Washington, the insight, the foresight, the deep thought. That's a good point, Erica.
Erica never went to bars on the night before Thanksgiving.
Why are you giggling?
Because she had no friends.
A burn.
I crack myself up. I love you, honey. Anyway, so
You want to take number one here?
yeah. So number one, this picture here, I can show the podcast or the live stream. It's a motorized cart with a cooler on it. Looks pretty. It's a gas powered one too. It looks pretty fucking sick.
That's right.
So this says the man who got arrested for drunk driving on a motorized beer cooler. A man in Noosa, Australia, was arrested for driving down a road on a motorized beer cooler while intoxicated. The defendant faced the charges of driving under the influence and driving without a license after police caught him on a makeshift vehicle which was powered by a 50cc engine. The defendant's lawyer currently challenging the notion that this cooler constitutes as a vehicle.
This second one, we're going to explain. This is an article that was not written in America. So instead of blowing like a 0.08, they've got all kinds of crazy measurements.
It's micrograms.
Is that the same thing?
Well, it's just because we do it in decimal points, they're doing it in metric.
Yeah, fuck that noise. I'm just going to read this and take out the fucking numbers. So what happens here, first off, the drinking age will give away that this is a foreign article. The saga begins at 12:15 a.m. when the 15-year-old boy was stopped and arrested for drunk driving. He fails his breathalyzer with more than 3.5 times the legal limit of a youth. The teenager is taken to the police station for processing. His mother's called to pick him up. She, on her way, gets stopped and arrested for drunk driving at 2:15. This is 2 hours later. She blows twice the legal limit of an adult, but it's not over there. The woman then calls her husband, who comes to pick them both up. He gets stopped and arrested at 3 a.m. when he fails his breathalyzer. 3 people, same fucking family, one night.
It's a bad night. That's a bad fucking night.
3's good. 3's good.
3 drunk drivers who called the police on herself. Oh, the drunk driver who called the police on herself. I don't know why I said that. I don't know if I'm like fucking having an aneurysm or something.
What'd you say?
I said 3, and then I couldn't get the words out. It's a mess, Pat.
I gotcha.
Okay, a woman in Wisconsin called the emergency to report a drunk driver, which was very civic spirited of her, especially considering that the drunk driver in question was in fact her 49-year-old, I'm not going to say her name, was driving between Newsville and Grand, Wisconsin after an evening of overindulging when she decided to call 911 and report herself driving under the influence.
Classic.
Fucking idiot. She began the call with 911 dispatcher saying somebody really drunk driving down Grand Road. After establishing in which direction the drunk driver was going, the dispatcher asked, "Are you behind them?" "No, I am them." Straight. Commendable honesty. Yeah. The police have arrived. We're saying from the side of the car, performs a sobriety test, later touched the blah, blah, double legal limit. Okay.
So this one I think is my favorite. I'm not positive. 10 workers in China pushed their boss's car 3 miles home after an office party because they were all too drunk to drive. The group had been enjoying a meal at a restaurant in downtown Sharshan, northeast China's Jilin province. When they realized their predicament, the boss announced that he was too drunk to drive and suddenly realized nobody had stayed sober enough to drive his car. Drunk driving was this year listed as a hazardous crime in China, and offenders would face up to 6 months in jail and a heavy fine. So he didn't want to leave his car downtown, and it was too late to call out for a substitute driver, taxi driver. So he suggested that they all push him home. He pointed out that it was only 3 miles away and that the exercise would do them all good. So 10 of them agree. They push him. He's at the wheel. People are driving by. They see this group. The group is laughing. They're singing. They're having a good time because they're pushing this dude 3 miles home. It takes them 45 minutes, and police officers say that as long as the car's engine isn't running, it's not classified as a drunk driving accident or drunk driving under Chinese law. That's fucking fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
You skipped over this one, Pat. Is there a reason why?
Yeah, some of them just aren't that good. I pre-read the article.
You didn't think this one was good? The man that got pulled over while dressed up as a breathalyzer?
Read it up.
That's fucking hilarious. So this kid is dressed up. He was a student at in Ohio somewhere. So he gets stopped for driving the wrong way on a one-way street while wearing a breathalyzer costume. That's pretty much it. He fucking got pulled over driving.
He failed a breathalyzer while dressed as a breathalyzer.
That's fucking hilarious.
The next one, this fucking kills me. You know what? This one, the one I said was my favorite, isn't, and it's not this one. It's the one you're about to read. A band driver blows his chance to get his license back when he turns up to his driving theory test too drunk to walk. So the guy strolls into DMV, and basically they're like, "Hey, bro, we noticed you can't fucking walk," and he's like, "Yeah, I had to drink a little something to boost my confidence because I was nervous." So these fucking people administering the test that is to get his license back that he lost because of a DUI have to explain to him that he cannot take the test unless he's fucking sober.
He blew a 1.1.
Yeah.
Legal limit's 0.08.
He was super drunk.
Yeah, love it. This is a good one.
Yeah.
I haven't even read it. But the article or the headline is "The couple who made their 13-year-old son drive because they were too drunk to drive themselves." Great parenting. Some lady, 32, has been charged with child endangerment contributing to the delinquency of a minor for letting her underage son drive. Her boyfriend and her 13-year-old son went to some pizzeria for dinner. After consuming a bottle of wine between the two of them, decided they were too intoxicated to drive. The pair let the son drive home.
They have they have multiple convictions for driving under the influence.
Well,
so they let the 13-year-old drive instead.
Yeah, at least they tried to do the right thing.
Yeah, look at it though. It says that they basically are forcing this kid to drive, and they're making out in the back seat when this kid has a fucking meltdown and just pulls over in the middle of the road and refuses to drive anymore, which is how everybody gets in trouble. This is the worst parenting I can fucking imagine. So this last one, this guy is caught drunk driving in a Barbie Jeep, basically. He's got a top speed of 4 miles an hour. He loses his license for a mandatory 3 years because he had a previous drinking and driving incident within the last 10 years. So this Barbie car, by the way, clocks speeds slower than a mobility scooter. This dude lost his license for 3 years because he was driving slower than the fucking people at Walmart who can't get out of my way. I mean, this is fascinating.
Yeah, he had it coming.
I love it.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Pat, I want to take this time to tell everybody, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Number 9 with Tommy Podcast. Or if you're Twitter people like us, at Number 9 Pod. Want to tell you to go down to the website too, Pat, where you can find all kinds of stuff on the website, Pat. You can donate to the show on there on the bottom of any page. You could also subscribe to our email list where we send out a weekly question every Monday. And then you can email back your response, and we're going to start doing giveaways for the email responses. Whoever wins every week will get some sort of merchandise from Number 9 with Tommy Podcast. We're going to start out small, but if the same people keep winning, we're going to elevate it up to hoodies, t-shirts, whatever's better.
I think we can agree that this week, Dip Dizzy Whistle is the winner. Dip Dizzy Whistle, email of the week. We owe you a Number 9 with Tommy merch prize.
Yeah, merch prize. Yeah, I'm done with that.
All right, I'm on it.
But yeah, make sure you're going there, and then you can go to the merch store where we got all kinds of t-shirts. Hopefully, our stuff that I order will be in soon. We can start wearing them on the live stream here so that you guys can see what kind of stuff we have. We got the mugs up. We got the phone cases.
Yep. Dip Dizzy Whistle, give me a call. I'm curious. I'm debating, right? I'm thinking keychains. I'm thinking bumper stickers. I'm thinking window decals. You tell me which one seems the most interesting to you. We'll have a conversation about what else I'm thinking about. But I'm going to order probably like 50 or 100 of them. So you tell me which one's the most appealing, and that's just where we'll start the merch is at whatever he picks.
Well, I got something I got to talk to you about off air.
Or not Dip Dizzy, so we'll see.
Yeah. I'm not giving Dip Dizzy with shit. Anyway.
I'll give it to you.
I'm not kidding, Don. You can have whatever you want. So,
Tom, you tried to force feed me a holiday party story from a drinking related occasion, since this whole podcast is about getting sauced up, drinking like a fish.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. So this isn't really a New Year's Eve story. It's a holiday party.
I'm fine with that.
Right around New Year's.
But I'm driving home from work last night. I'm listening to my podcast that I listen to when I'm not listening to our podcast. So you can call it a second-rate podcast. Obviously, it's not the upper echelon like ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not nearly as classy. The hosts aren't as witty, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And you interrupt my podcast, which is fine. I love talking to you.
I'm pretty sure I called you. You didn't answer because you were still at work, and then you called me as soon as you got in the car to leave.
Okay, yeah. Well, my podcast starts playing as soon as the car is on, the podcast kicks on.
Sure, yeah, you were listening to it. Okay.
Beside the point. You continue to try to tell me this fucking story that I'm going to hear right now anyways.
I'm pretty sure I've told you this story before.
That's even worse. You're going to try to triple threat me.
I told you, have I told you this story before? And you're like, don't tell me. Tell me on the podcast. So here we are. I'm going to tell a story.
Let's do this.
So many years ago when I was living in Massachusetts.
I've heard this before.
I worked for a wonderful company, and that's how we got on the story I was telling you about a friend of mine.
To everybody watching, did anybody else see Tom drool on himself?
I did not drool on myself.
I just watched it happen.
I did not drool on myself at all. There's nothing wet on me, Pat.
We're going to replay this clip.
Okay, we'll go back. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So after many years, when I was living in Mass, when I worked for this company, I was probably at the lowest point in my life. I didn't have a lot going for me other than that job, pretty much. I was seeing a girl that had 4 kids. So I was a fucking train wreck. I just had a lot of shit going on. I had just had Colin. He was like a year and a half old. Wasn't really keen on being a dad. So
you went and found a woman with 4 kids. That makes sense.
Yeah, dude. It was a wild time back then. But anyway, so the shop foreman at the time he was going through some marital stuff. So he had just bought a house. So he's like, hey, if you want to come stay with me, you don't have to pay me rent. Just to help me fix up the house. Like, because I was working nights, he worked days. So when he would go to work during the day, I'd do some work on his house for him. And that's how I paid him rent.
Yeah.
Right. So, but we kind of lost touch over the last few years. He ended up leaving that company a couple years ago. So he had a company phone the whole time I knew him. So no phone number, no nothing. We ended up finding each other on Facebook the other day. Had a great talk with him. Hope he listens to the show. I told him about it. But anyway, so that's how we got into this story. That's what I was about to tell you. So they threw a huge Christmas party every year. Right? The owner of that company is a great guy. Throws a huge Christmas party, and he's responsible. So he paid for all of us to stay in a hotel. Okay. Down the street from where he threw the party. So, and then he sent the CEO over, or the CFO over to the hotel with the company credit card and said, buy him drinks in a bar all night. Yep. Okay. So, I don't know. There's probably like 30 or 40 of us staying in this hotel. Yeah. Like with our 20 employees with their significant other dates. Right. So we're walking through the lobby and we're drunk. You know what I mean? I'm 21 at the time. So like back then I probably drank way more than I do now. Yeah. So we're walking through the lobby and there's these 2 people, a guy and a girl, making out on this, like, they put the couches or the chairs in the lobbies. Awkwardly in the middle of everything. Yeah. So, and this wasn't a big hotel. It was an inn, right? Sure. So it's like more like a motel than anything. And they're making out or whatever. So we go into the bar, we have a drink, we come back. They're still there. And it's getting crazy. This girl's wearing a dress. And this guy is feeling her all up. Right? Nice. Right? A little PDA. Go outside, smoke a cigarette, come back in. He is straight finger blasting this girl on the chair, dude. She is spread eagle. Just getting it, bro. And you thought you were drunk. And the guy, my buddy, goes up to him. And I forgot exactly what he said, but he said one of the funniest fucking things. Like, he's like, "Can I get some of that or something?"
Oh my god!
Oh my god, dude! It was one of the most like, you can't make this shit up, dude. Who does that?
Yeah, that's
like, the straight up, and I'm talking. This dude was going to fucking town.
That's
Just
great.
And she's fucking screaming and hollering. Dude, it was wild.
I wish that your friend went up and was like, when I put my ear to her vagina, I can smell the ocean.
Yeah, he's the one that I was telling Erica a story about the strip club with him one night.
Yeah.
I didn't go. It's what happened. I don't want to tell it on the podcast just in case his kids are listening, but I'll tell you off air. It's pretty fucking funny.
Excellent.
So yeah, that's my holiday party story.
All right. Tom, do you have a New Year's resolution?
I wouldn't say it's really a resolution. I'm like, new year, new me. I'm gonna keep putting my best foot forward with the podcast.
That's
so
the one
that
does not have gout?
Yeah. Pat, I gotta tell you, man, we've been over this a million times. It's not the gout that bothers my feet anymore.
I know that you're convinced you don't have the gout.
I know I have gout.
It was so many years that we talked about the gout being what your affliction was.
It's not what it is. It doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna keep putting my best foot forward. Keep trying to do my best with the podcast. Yes, Carissa, I did get your Christmas card today, actually.
Hey, speaking of Corey and Big Boobs Magoo, I got your Christmas card today.
Yeah, I got Corey's too today.
Nice.
Yeah, he mailed.
Fucking adorable.
He mailed them on the fucking 18th.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I was thinking about it the other day. Oh yeah, we got it the other day. I knew we got one today.
I talked about getting it on the podcast. You probably also had it at that point.
No, I got it like 2 days ago. But yeah, I'm just really for the podcast, just really gonna keep trying to push it. You know what I mean? We're trying. Pat and I've been talking about new ways to grow it.
Specifically, probably through YouTube. Yeah,
YouTube. But any platform. I mean, we really, I want to get better with the social media stuff because, ultimately, the more people that see you on social media, the more people that are going to see you. So, that, and then in my personal life, I just want to keep being the best father I can be. I'd like to lose some weight this year, so we're not doing every review or the description of the podcast as the two fatties. Maybe it could be one fatty and one bald guy. I don't know.
It could be the Pat and the Fat.
No, I meant the Tom.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, how about you, Pat?
I got two. So the reason I have two is because I made one that's a legit resolution, and I made one under the premise that nobody ever keeps their New Year's resolutions. So my real New Year's resolution is to archive just hours and hours and hours of bonus footage. We talked about this a little bit when I got here. I want to start doing sketches. I want to start doing characters. I want to start having our friends. If there's people over for a little shindig, we're going to have a box of fucking gimmicks for people to dress up in. Like, when you go to a wedding, that's an alarm, it doesn't count. When you go to a wedding and there's all those things you can take pictures with, like a photo booth.
Yeah.
I'm talking a box of gimmicks like that. Like, nope, figure out a character that you can be out of this box, and we're going to fucking make a 2-minute video. Do a little improv. Let's see how far we can stretch our capabilities.
Yeah.
Now, my New Year's resolution, based on the fact that we don't keep our New Year's resolution, which I've now blown the humor of, but I was going to say it for shock value for you. I was going to say my New Year's resolution is to knock up Emily. Because nobody ever comes through with their New Year's resolutions. A dress-up box, just like kindergarten. All right, apparently Erica wants to dress up like she's in kindergarten. I'm excited for this. I knew. It makes so much sense that Erica would immediately be on board.
It makes so much sense that you would be excited about it.
I'm excited.
All right.
Tell me what was the best part of
I hope to God you knock up fucking Emily.
Me too. That's my New Year's resolution.
That will be...
I want to get Emily pregnant.
Oh my God. I'm going to play this for her tomorrow. Just that little soundbite.
Do you think that these aren't things that I say to Emily to begin with?
I hope to God she stops taking her birth control and you knock her up.
Don't tell.
what is the best part of 2020 for me?
Yeah, what was the best part of 2020 for you?
So, Pat, I've said this since probably August, that 2020 has been the best year personally for me ever. I'm probably having the best year of my life. In April or March, in March I bought my house.
Yep.
In April, my son came to live with me. In August, I got full custody of my son. So just all in all, it's been a fantastic year. So I can't really pinpoint the best part, but it's been a phenomenal year for me.
Yeah.
Publicly, us as a country, not so much. But all in all,
it's pretty embarrassing to be an American this year.
Yeah, but again, I live in my own little bubble, so I worry about the things that I can control, and the things that I can control have been fantastic this year. I can't complain one bit.
That's fair.
How about you?
Oh,
we started a podcast this year.
True story.
Also in August.
I will say this. This year is probably the most personal growth I've had from an emotional standpoint. This year, and it's not like I had an aha moment or an epiphany, but this year is probably the first time I can think of in my life where I've truly been very selfish. I bought the house with no consideration for how anybody else felt. I bought, the house I wanted. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. I wasn't interested in what anybody had to say about it. I just kind of was like, I want what I want. I'm going to do it. And that's, I decorate the house with all this horror stuff that I wouldn't have before. I would have been more reserved, and I would have kept horror DVDs on the shelves. I truly, I've always been very comfortable in my own skin. This year, I kind of said to myself, you know what, if somebody has an issue with it, then they're welcome to have an issue with it. They're welcome to not talk to me ever again. And there's this year has been coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had a very big circle of friends that shrunk down to a smaller circle of friends. So we could have seen this coming from a mile away. And this year, the people who are in my life have either been in my life because we're consistently in each other's lives, and that's something that we both work at, or because they have straight kicked down fucking doors to get into my life. Emily could probably tell you that she's been through absolute hell to stay in my life. She's been fucking wonderful. By the way, when I'm sick, right, we do that fucking podcast on Sunday. I go home, all the laundry's done. Fucking put away. My dishes are done. My house is clean because she knew I wasn't feeling well. I come home and she's like, "What would you like me to make you for lunch? You should go rest." You gotta be fucking kidding me. Jesus. I might have to invest in a ring. Fuck.
Another one?
Yeah, it's a thing I do.
Just get one of the old ones back.
They all keep them. They all keep the fucking ring.
Yeah, then pawn them.
But no
savings for later.
No, really, and I think Emily's personality is a testament to that. Emily is, super horror fan. She has a lot of those things in common, and there are things that we have nothing or polar opposites on. She fucking is a Disney freak. I think Disney's all stupid.
Yeah.
But that's a testament to me going, I don't need to have everything in common with somebody. I don't care if she likes Disney. I'll watch Disney because she likes it, but I don't feel like I have to like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with it.
And if there's a movie I really want to see, that fucking Will Smith movie where he played against himself, I didn't feel bad that I wanted to watch that. I knew she wasn't really into the idea. But listen, I want to watch this movie. I wanted to for weeks. And when it was time to watch it, Gemini Man, thank you, Phobic Squirrel. I didn't feel weird about saying, I'm going to watch this movie tonight.
Yeah.
And then before, I would feel like I almost trapped her. She's at my house, and now she's stuck watching this movie with me.
No, she can leave at any time.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I want to see this fucking movie. I never have time. I'm watching this fucking movie. And the truth is, that's fine with her. She just wanted to spend time with me.
Yeah.
So...
Well, and to be honest with you, and I can't speak on all levels, but that was probably the case in most of them. That was just your personality.
No, that's what I'm saying. That personal growth of me accepting me has also been enlightening to the fact that, everybody else has really accepted me the whole fucking time.
Yeah, for who you are.
Mason says, hey, Mason, welcome to the show.
Yeah,
he
nice
says
to
he watched Gemini
fucking
Man
show
like
up.
2 days ago. Pretty fucking dynamite, huh? Dude, Will Smith's so fucking good.
I guess that's going to be my movie review.
I think Will Smith could take, like some people do a one-man show, like on stage. I think Will Smith could just sit there and take a shit and read the newspaper, and I'd be like, this was great. I give it 10 stars. The dude just hits home runs. That's all he does. Let us not forget Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince, great show.
The remix of Will, the Joyner Lucas song, Will Smith redid it. Fucking amazing. Mason said, I still can't cuss. I was told there would be cussing.
I took off the profanity filter, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
It's weird that we're talking about Will Smith and you're trying to cuss.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. He doesn't swear in his raps.
That's fucking fantastic, Mason. The irony.
So, Pat, what would you like to do more of in 2021?
Man, I had a great fucking answer for this.
I can tell you wrote it down.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, I did not. You go first.
I would like to spend a little bit more time with my family. When I can. I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud. I sacrifice a lot of time with my family.
Mostly to be with me.
Yeah, to do the podcast, but with work, work alone. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day. I don't get home till 6 o'clock at night, so that's 13 hours a day right there. That's over half of my time.
Well, yeah, then count your 7 hours of sleep. Now you're at 20 hours. You got 4 hours a day.
Yeah,
to live.
So, I spend 8 to 10 hours a week just doing this. So, I like to spend more time with my family, or the time that I do spend with them, make it more memorable. I'm pretty excited to be taking my kid to Disney this year. So that will be a great memory. But just make memories with my family. My son's young, but he's old enough to, I think he understands that I have to work and I have to do these things. He understands that I'm trying to build something with this. So maybe I don't, maybe I spend 50 hours a week working on a podcast at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that he doesn't end up like Austin Powers singing fucking Daddy Wasn't There when he grows up.
Yeah. So, but I think he understands, I grew up that way. My parents always worked. But they spent time with us when they could, and you have to make those times memorable. So that's what I want to do more of. I would like to be able to take my wife on a nice vacation somewhere, just the two of us. And I mean like a real fucking vacation, like out of the country, but COVID's going to dictate that. So
I thought of this as soon as you started talking. There are 2 vacations. There are 3 vacations I really need to take this year. There are vacations that one of them, I mean, truly I don't have a choice. We're locked in. Steven is moving. He's going to fly up here. We're going to jump in a rented box truck, and we're going to drive. We got to stop in Jersey, pick up a bunch of stuff from her family, his wife, and then get it to his new place in Virginia. So I'm going to take that vacation. Poor Michael bought a house. Nobody ever goes to visit Michael, right? Like, so there's a bunch of us that live in Connecticut. So it's so much easier for Michael to fly here.
To see everybody, yeah.
Yeah, than for all of us to fly there. But he's got 2 kids. Like, he has grown a big enough reason to not be the one who always travels. At this point, there are 4 of them. So there's no excuse for me not to fly out there. I desperately want to spend some time with him and his family. His son is fucking adorable. And my father, I haven't been down to the farm in quite some time. You're going to go with me on that one. We're going to shoot some guns.
Yeah.
Probably kill something. You're not into the idea of hunting?
I don't know if I can do it, Pat. I don't know if I have it in me.
Oh, wow. This is enlightening.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always said that, man. I don't know. I could probably do it once, but I think I would feel so fucking bad about it that I would never do it again.
Okay.
Now, a human, no problem. But
Okay.
an animal?
An innocent animal?
An innocent animal. But it's like you're a human fucking with me, you know what you're doing. I'm going to blow your fucking brains out. That'll be the end of that.
That's fair. Anyways, I don't travel. I don't do vacations very often. And it has nothing to do with like I'm addicted to working or anything like that. It's not even like I can't afford it. It's that in my fucking head, even like right now, in my head, I'm always thinking about my hourly rate, right? So when I'm spending my time, even if I'm playing video games, I'm thinking like, is this worth what I would be getting paid at work? And I'm not going to do that for these 3 fucking weeks or three trips that I take. I'm going to enjoy myself and not think about the financial side effect. I constantly am thinking about money. I'm very frugal.
Well, Pat, I mean, you get paid vacation time. You get paid to do those things.
Okay, so then it comes down to if I get paid 40 hours for vacation,
yeah, is it worth
I lose my 8 hours of overtime. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hear
it's
you.
really a small number. And I don't know why I put so much emphasis on it. But you're also talking about investing in a plane ticket. You're talking about eating out all the time.
It's only fucking money, Pat.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, I got to tell you, man, that's one of the things.
It turns out no matter how much of it you spend, it just keeps coming in.
Well, as long as you have a job. As long as you're a productive member of society, that's usually how it works. 2 questions. Where's my invite and what are we killing?
Oh, we're taking a number 9 road trip. Mason's coming with us. I wonder if we could get Dip Dizzy Whistle on board.
Erica said, let's put it this way. Thom would be the gatherer in our relationship, and I'd be the hunter.
Oh, my God.
And Erica's banned from watching the show.
Eric, I fucking love you.
You want to watch something funny, Pat?
Yeah. No, don't you silence her, you piece of shit. Erica, you're getting kicked off. You're getting kicked off. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I know I can do this.
Why is that such a small list of people? Hold on. Oh, what's that say? Charlotte just asked, does Thom really spell his name with an H? That's great. No, Charlotte. That comes from Dip Dizzy Whistle kept writing emails and calling him Thom. And I still don't know if he was joking or being serious, but now everybody does it because it was fucking great.
To be fair, my name, Thomas, is spelled Thomas.
Yeah,
So-
no, I get how to... For
Yeah.
the record,
I just want to throw this up there. This is what happens when you're mean to Thom on the show.
there is in italics and bold, there is a message on the chat right now to all the radio listeners that says Erica Washington was timed out by the Number 9 with Tommy podcast for 300 seconds. It does not say this, but it should, because Tom's a piece of shit. Mason said, I'm pretty sure I started Thom with a misspell. We are Thom. Mason, Thom bought EFT. What's EFT?
That's my new video game.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, yeah. So Pat, what were we going to talk about in the next show? We're going to do a movie review. I'm going to watch Gemini Man.
The next show is going to be jam-packed with some video games, brother. First podcast of the year. It's time. We're going to rate the best video games ever. It's obviously going to be heavily opinion-based.
To be heavily Pat-based.
I'm sorry?
Pat.
Tom's going to talk about games from the last 2 years.
Yeah, because people forget, Pat. People forget. And mainly you. Oh,
that's right. I forgot that you didn't have a game system hooked up to your cable box growing up as a child.
Yeah, man, but I don't remember a lot of that, dude. I wasn't the real gamer. Tim was.
See.
Tim has been a mad gamer since we were little. I really got into video games, and I wouldn't even say that I'm that hardcore into video games. I'm not. When I was probably 4 years ago now, I got
maybe
a PS4
somewhere in that
for
ballpark.
Christmas from my wife, and that's really when I got into playing video games with people online and all that shit. Before that, I never played a video game online in my life. I didn't have time, dude. I was fucking 19 years old. I had a kid.
I'm with you. I've always consistently, year by year, not so much day by day, but I've always been in possession of some game consoles.
Yeah.
1 or 2. I've always gone on streaks of playing games. I never played online until you and I started playing online.
Yeah. I tell you this, on Sunday/Mondays, I will be able to review Escape from Tarkov and tell you what I think, because I'm going to start playing that with Phobic Squirrel and potentially Mr. Ford.
Okay.
So I'm pretty excited about that. we'll do that. I'm gonna try and watch Gemini Man one of these nights. Or maybe you and Emily are coming over tomorrow night. Maybe we can find a movie, the four of us.
Erica's back in the chat. She said, "You're rotten, Thom." Erica waited 301 motherfucking seconds to say that shit.
Did anybody realize that every time you say Thom, the tip thing comes up?
That's great.
I know what I'm doing over here, guys. Anyway, she switched accounts.
Damn. Erica switched accounts. Holy shit, she rerouted the encryption on your ass. What a piece of shit. Thom is gonna block you again. Man.
How's that? Anyway, so maybe we can find a movie that the four of us can watch together that we've never seen before and review it on the podcast.
That none of the four of us have ever seen before?
Yeah.
Good luck, bro. Good luck. You have to put some effort.
Or how about a movie that you and I have never watched before?
Okay.
And then we'll both give our takes on the show.
Okay.
Maybe that's some potential for Sunday's show. Anyway, this is getting kind of long. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I say good day.
I'm having so much fun with this chat right now.
Why?
Because I'm fucking silencing Erica. Tim, I think it's done down. It better be done. Yeah. What time is it? Dude, it's already 9 o'clock. Oh, Swiss Army Man.
Dude, Swiss Army Man was sweet, from what I hear.
Tim, EFT, let's go down. I gotta do an album art and get this thing ready to upload, and it should take me probably like 20 minutes or so, and then I can hop on for a little bit. I haven't eaten dinner. My wife's still watching. Carissa? No, I don't think I could, but she doesn't spread the word. All right, man. We'll play tomorrow when I get, like I said, I got out of work early. I should be home by 4. So I can hop on. I don't even know what time Pat and Emily are coming over, so. Shut up, Tim.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Here's the thing. If he doesn't eat a meal, he is really going to miss it. That's the problem.
Well, my wife made me my favorite spaghetti and meat sauce.
Thom loves that meat sauce.
Love that meat. Give me that meat.
Tim, is your eye healing? Or is it still blackened? Never mind that. You know what? Let's ask a more important question. Charlotte, how's your hand? Are you feeling okay? He said, not me.
Pat, you know what we're naming the show?
Thom?
No, I was going to name it New Year's Eve.
Okay. That's fair.
I wish you guys would interact a little bit more when we're doing the podcast. The fuck?
It's tough because of the delay.
I got it on low latency. Oh, Charlotte's been watching.
Oh, Charlotte.
Or they popped on fucking late because all of a sudden the viewership fucking skyrocketed. Yeah, Tim said there's barely any delay.
Nice.
I knocked it down, bro. We're getting better, Pat. One thing at a time here. I think we take.
Charlotte also put a picture up. Good for you, Charlotte.
Okay,
not that I can see any of those tiny pictures from fucking across the room.
We're fucking crushed.
Does she have Mickey Mouse ears? What are you doing, buddy?
Getting MP3 ready?
Oh. Are we still live?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
It just seemed like you kind of dropped out of the conversation there.
No, I'm paying attention. Tim said there's barely any delay. Mason wants to do an EFT stream. Mason, I actually talked to Tim about that time. We can all hop in Discord once we get off the stream here. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.